What's up, my pugnios? Andy Vlogs. Excited to share this content with you guys. If you haven't already, please check the description and the cards up above for each one of these products that I have reviewed. Nonetheless, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a large comparison video and telling you from my perspective and my opinion what's the best rig out there for handheld vlogging, cinematography, and professional rig experience. So with that said, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has a myriad of different cases and rigs. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a bunch that I have and compare and contrast all of them. Now, I'm not a professional. I don't have I've never really had a production or a set, and so maybe my opinion isn't gonna be the best for you. Nonetheless, if you're on the street, if you're out with your family, if you want to have a rig that's going to provide you stabilization, that's going to provide you ease of access, comfort and security, and also versatility, this is going to be the video for you, because it's going to translate into a myriad of situations where you are obviously going to be with your phone and your camera. I've got this cobbled together rig from a bunch of different pieces that I used to use that was helpful. You've got a Shoulder Pro that used to be a hand grip that was up here. I took it apart and made it more horizontal with a third-party Ulanzi bracket that I'll have in the description down below. Now, the reason why I built this rig together is because, well, as you can see, I'm using the Moment case by Moment, which gives you access to the M-mount, obviously, system. The Moment case itself does have this built-in padding. It is nice and rugged plastic. You got the nice ergonomic touch here, as well as the extra engineering in here to protect you against those falls. I've really felt super comfortable with this case when I've had it on. I don't like, C holding or pinch holding, or like holding my phone with my pinky and my digits, because, well, your arm gets really tired. If you have something like this, you're gonna be able to get somewhat decent stabilization by holding the grip over here and being able to pinch over here to give you, 2 points where you're going to be stabilizing the phone. Otherwise, you could be covering the microphones and whatnot. I've also got this wrist strap to, prevent from it falling. You always want to have something like that. Now, I like having this grip as well, is because it's got a 1/4 inch up at top. You can add this third-party adapter here, this cold shoe mount that allows you basically 2. You can have 3 depending on where you're placing it, but this is always nice to have. On the bottom here, you've got 2 dedicated 1/4 inch mounts as well that you can put on tripods or add additional accessories. This has been something that I've been using for the last couple of years, and it seems fine. It works fine. The problem is it gets too heavy, it's too bulky, it constantly loosens here. It's annoying to have to unscrew this every single time and take it off. And then I've never really used the cold shoe mount because it gets incredibly overbearing and bulky when you place a microphone on top of it or a light. It just doesn't work. Let's move on to the next grip and rig that I've used in the past. This is a BeastGrip Pro from BeastGrip. This is one of my first rigs that I ever purchased. You can see that it looks a little off because, well, the lens attachment I actually took off because I found the lenses to be incredibly unreliable. The glass is not good. It bounced around in my backpack, which loosened the lenses and the glass, and so I just completely took it off the rig, and I mainly used this a few years ago for the 1/4 inch mounts as well as the cold shoe mount. It was nice with a smaller phone, and so once phones got bigger, it doesn't really grip because the way that it sets here is it's too bulky, and you clamp. I just don't like it. It became way too long and stopped serving my purpose. I like the BeastGrip Pro, but they haven't updated their product in a long time, and I would love to have something a little less bulky, a little less intricate with all these screws and requirements. I've lost a number of them. A lot of them have broken off, and as you can see, I don't have the rest of that attachment. Now we're going to move on to a little more nuanced here. I've got 2 more cases, obviously the PolarPro at the end, and this big beast. This is probably going to be best for you professionals out there who want to use your iPhone as the go-to for your production. It's got a very, very easy button unlatch system where you literally just slide the iPhone down the grooves. This has been engineered masterfully, and it feels really sturdy and nice in the hand. I bought these accessories here from SmallRig that you can see. This comes with a cold shoe mount and a couple of extra 1/4-inch mounts on the bottom. You've got your tool to use it, and that tool's gone. Oh, that bothers me. The case itself, in every essence of the word rig, is defined. You've got rigging all over the place. A myriad of different attachments can be made. There is built-in cold shoe mount right on the phone for landscape and horizontal portrait mode. You've got it on the bottom. You've got a very, very aluminum and tactile case. And the best part is you've also got the mount for the M series moment lenses. In my opinion, this is going to be probably your best bet for you professionals here. You've got a really, really rugged grip here. You can add a whole bunch of other different grips from SmallRig, which is nice. You can build out your whole box where you've got all these different accessories here. I like to keep it as minimal as possible, so I've got this up top grip, which is kind of like this finger grip that you're going to be using when, you know, if you're going to be skateboarding or you're doing lower shots, which I do very often with my kids. It's also got a couple of mounting solutions here on the top as well if you want to have audio interfacing. I do believe that this is a little too bulky for me. I like to go adventuring. I like to go hiking, camping. I like to go out with the family, go to the mall. And I just, like I said, this is just a little too uncomfortable. I always get a lot of people that look over at me. They're not necessarily glaring, but they're, you know, wondering what on earth I'm doing. And I feel like security would be more likely to kick me out if I had something like this rather than a smaller rigging. But nonetheless, if you're the kind of person that has, you know, a stabilizer, if you got panning and tilting and you've got a gimbal or you've got something, you know, more professional in production, this is going to be your best bet because of all of the different mounting options that you've got. Not to mention the aluminum build giving you that sense of comfort in the event that it drops. I've dropped it a number of times on cement. It's been unimpacted because of the nice rubber railing that it slides into, as well as the aluminum build that is just so big. It's like, it's almost like a 1/4 of an inch thick on each side, which is, you know, for me, really, really nice. And then you've also got this padding in the event that it hits flat. It's nice. Let's go ahead and talk about the LiteChaser Pro. This is going to be my #1 go-to. I'm saving the best for last, right? I've completely moved over to this rig because, let me explain a number of things. First and foremost, it is a very, very lightweight design, but it's also made of dual or double composite material. Around the case here is super sturdy and thick, whereas inside here is a little more flimsy, which I actually prefer because the MagSafe can go right through it. The backside has this really, really nice fleece lining, as well as in the corners here, you've got the extra engineering to give you that sense of comfort. You've got very nice clicky buttons. The rigging here up top, which we'll talk about. Obviously, the cutouts for the speaker grill and the charging. And then let's talk about the back of the case here. You've got the mounting system for the filters, as well as the M series for the moment lenses, which is kind of the bread and butter here. You've got the grip attachment, which is incredibly ergonomic, super light, and even has this additional accessory where you can have a Bluetooth button, shutter button here for photos and for videos. I find it to be the most comfortable when holding my phone and shooting. It is very, very ergonomic. It is very minimalist. It comes right off, fits right into your pocket. It's got a nice wrist grip. This is exactly what I've been needing for a long time when it comes to my vlogging. You do have the option down here of a 1/4 inch mount, as well as on top for any of your other accessories that you wish to add. You've got enough railing here to put it wherever is comfortable. You can have it here right in the middle to make it a tripod mount. I mean, the sky is the limit on this, and this really won't set you back that much. If you compare it to the other cases, It's at the same price point. The case itself is about 40 bucks. The grip is 30. The Bluetooth is 30, which sets you about $100 back. The other devices here, all in all, if you were to get this, the rigging itself was 40, the grip was 30, and this top handle was 30 as well. The BeastGrip started at 129, and the only thing that was cheaper was the Moment case, but it didn't come with any rigging or any other handheld stuff. The case starts at 40 bucks. If you're adding this third-party grip, that's going to set you about 50 bucks back. All in all, folks, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope it gave you an idea of what's out there as far as rigs for your cinematography and your photography, and also my opinion on what the best is out there. Now, this may not suit you. If you're, into filmmaking, making short films, making montages, on set, shooting something in the studio, it may not be for you. But because I'm always on the street, running around, chasing my kids, as far as a vlogging rig, the PolarPro, the LiteChaser Pro is honestly, in my opinion, the best case. With that said, folks, down below in the description are all the links to the products here that I've talked about. You can check that out and help support the channel that way. With that said, subscribe if you enjoyed this content, like if you want to see more. Andy with Andy Vlog, signing out.